Hello students, today we start a new topic in a chapter number 1, introduction of a construction management subject. So today we start a new topic is the stakeholders of a construction management. So here there are main 6 stakeholders of a construction management. So first one is a architect. So the architect are traditionally responsible both in a project and project phase, acting on a client's behalf. And in project phase, they prepare a drawing, tender document, and select a contractor. And in a project phase, they are responsible for checking the measurement, certification of a bill, and overall project management functions. And in the case of the public sector, a separate engineering department for the tender preparation and a contractor selection is there. Now second stakeholder is a owner. So the owner or a client may be individual or a group of individual or a private or public undertaking, and the owner has ultimately authority over the project, and the owner is the final holder of a major decision making power regarding the managerial, financial and administrative work. And he approves the charges if any in the project scope or schedule, and the owner control the project resources such as a manpower, fund and property. And third stakeholder is a contractor. So the job of the contractor is important to complete the project on a schedule according to the agreement, and contract agreement with a client of or owner, and in accordance with his design and drawing. And the contractor may be an individual undertaking, small contractor or large construction company undertaking turnkey project. And the contractor submit the running bill for the payment based on the progress of the work and material brought at the site. And the proper interaction between the construction team, like owner, engineer, architect and a contractor, lead to be smooth and efficient execution of the construction project. Now fourth one is a stakeholder. Fourth stakeholder is a engineer and a consultant. So generally the engineer is supposed to work as a consulting engineer with the client to complete the contract. The engineer gives his technical service for a client. The engineer or consultant play an important role as an acting for a client and contractor. As the construction project proceeds, the change in design, cost and schedule are often unavoidable because of the working condition may change unaccepted. And in this position the role and responsibility of engineer become important. And the nature of the service offered by consultancy may vary from project to project, and the consultant serve as a construction management consultant or a construction supervision consultant or a project management consultant. So there are the three type of the consultant in a construction work. Now fifth one is a subcontractor, supplier or a vendor. So in a large project, the contracting firm require adequate expertise and or resources to undertake all the activities. In this situation, they employ subcontractor for some specialized job for the execution purpose or for material procurement purpose. Now last stakeholder is a lawyer or insurer. So the lawyer play a minor role or a part of the construction project. The lawyer specialize in a claim settlement and a dispute, play an important role in a domestic project in India as well as in a international project. In India, some of the construction firm are have separate legal cell consultant consisting the lawyer specialization in a construction dispute. So these are the main 6 stakeholder. in a construction management. Now next is the functions of the construction management. So here total 7 functions of the construction management. First is a planning, second is a scheduling, third one is a organizing, fourth one is a staffing, fifth one is a directing, and sixth one is a controlling, and seventh is a coordinating. So these are the most important topic in a construction management subject. So this question asked in a G2 examination in a 7 marks. So what are the different function of the construction management, and explain any 3 or 4 in detail. So these are the important topic. So first we start with planning. So planning is the most important project phase of the project management, which include the defining the project or objective of the project, and making the list of task or job to be performed, and also to determine the gross requirement of material, manpower and equipment, all these things, and preparing estimate of cost and duration of various job or activity for the satisfactory completion of the project. So these are the important thing in a planning. Second function of the construction management is a scheduling. So the scheduling is a allocation of the resource. So these resources are a time, space, equipment, manpower and material. And in other words, scheduling is a mechanical process of arranging the plan functions or a job or task or activity of the work on a time or in a time order in which they are to be performed, and allocating the material and manpower requirement needed at each stage of the construction. Now third function of the construction management is organizing. So the organizing consists of dividing the whole project into manageable division or sections, and systematically arranging various operations by delegating specific tasks to individual, and the relation between the various personnel are established, and the organizational structure of the project is established by the simple flow chart. So it's a organization chart. Now fourth one function of the construction management is a staffing. So the staffing including the provision of the staff to be fill the various position created to handle the project, and it also include the formulation of a policy, recruiting the right people, arranging the staffing training courses, and carrying out proper staff assessment. Now fifth one function of the construction management is a directing. So here the directing is concerned with training to carried out, asking, assigning the task, supervising their work and guide their efforts. And the purpose of the directing is to motivate the people individually and as a group to utilize their creative efforts in achieving the specified objectives. Now, sixth one function of the construction management is a controlling. So, in a controlling consists of a regular monitoring the actual progress of the work and compare it with the schedule of the target. And controlling is a formal mechanism established to determine the deviation from the schedule plan. Now seventh function is of the construction management is a coordination or a coordinating. So the coordinating is necessary to bring together and coordinate the work of various department and sections, so that each department and section is aware of its role and responsibility, and for a proper coordination, the regular meeting of a departmental or a sectional head with the top management are arranged, so that the plan, problems and another remedies are discussed for determining the best solution. So these are the important topic of the construction management subject, and now next we start with a new topic is a work breakdown structure. So what is work breakdown structure? So the work breakdown structure is a divided that clearly identifies the functional element called activities of the project and their interrelationship. So the process of breaking the project into identify major system, their subsystem and discrete activities are called a work breakdown structure. So the whole project is breakdown into small jobs or activities or operation which are required to be performed for a satisfactory and complete the project on time. And here some of the various factors to be considered while deciding the degree of breakdown of the project is a location of the work site, nature of the work involved, types of labor to be handled, broad general sequence of the job or activities, and item wise cost of all the item and costing data required by management. So after preparing the list of the activity, the relation of these activity is decided and arrange them in a proper sequence or a order in which they are to be performed. And when the project is split up in this way into various functional elements, this will not only help in preparing the network for the project but also in a planning and scheduling the activities. So here one example is given for of the work breakdown structure. So here work breakdown structure is prepared for a compound wall. So to prepare the compound wall, various activities are there. So it is listed in a uh, at the bottom. See this total 7 activities are there. So for the preparing the compound wall or construct the compound wall, first activity is excavation. So excavation is uh, first excavation is a first part of the project work. Now second is a lean concrete in a foundation. So lean concrete is a PCC work at the bottom of the bottom part of the excavation. Then after masonry in a foundation. So after PCC work, masonry work is start in a foundation. Like in a compound wall, we construct a step footing or a simple pad footing, whatever. And then after at a DPC, we construct a 2.5 centimeter thick DPC, and then after in a masonry in a stupa structure, and after completion of the masonry stupa structure, pointing is required, and at the last of the compound wall, coping is done at the top of the compound wall. So here we complete our topic of the work breakdown structure of the compound wall, and here chapter 1 is finished. Thank you.